One of the most effective ways of getting your back mobilised and warmed up is with a pole. So you can use a broom handle, or if you're a little bit taller like me, get a nice piece of dowel from the DIY shop. So first off, get the pole, put it onto the back of your shoulders. So this helps stretch out the chest and the shoulders, and then we can warm up the back by going into a rotation. So with this, just soften your knees ever so slightly, tuck the pelvis under a little bit so we're not arching our bums back, and then you just rotate from side to side. Always useful to make sure you've got no obstacles knocking around, easy to knock things off a shelf or poke somebody in the eye. So what we're looking to do here is rotate from the waist. Just try and get a little bit further each time. You probably find that one side is stiffer than the other, so you'll find that one way you won't rotate as far as you do on the other side. And then what we're going to do is make this a little bit more greater on the range of motion by actually following the end of the pole with our eyes. That allows us just to stretch a little bit further, take a bigger stretch through the back. We can also take the rotational exercise down to the ground. So when you go down to the ground, go to a half kneeling stance, take the pole, place it onto the back of your shoulders, and then rotate from side to side. You'll find that one side you'll be able to rotate much further than the other when you're in this position. It really hits that thoracic area, the centre of your back. Make sure you swap sides. Also make note of how different it feels, because this is a good way of finding out if you're tighter or slightly unbalanced on one side than the other. And you'll find that you have a greater range of motion when you have one knee up opposed to the other knee. And then from here, we can do some side bends. Again, just make sure you sat into it, and we're looking to bend from the torso, so around about where your belly button is. Just looking to bend at the waist as far as you can get, and then we come across to the other side. So you can do these nice and slow, or if you want to, you can speed them up a little bit. You've got a little bit of variation there on that. Then from there, we can go into shoulder dislocations. Now this exercise isn't suitable for everybody because it does go through the full range of motion with your shoulders, and if you've got limited mobility, you might struggle. But what we do is take the bar, hold it in our thumb and forefinger, bring it down our back as far as we can go, and then we take the pole, bring it over the top and down to the front, getting a good solid grip as we come to the front. Then as we come round, let it roll in the cusp of your forefinger and your thumb, and then bring it round. So you get good stretch on the shoulders and the chest with this one. An alternative to the shoulder dislocations and another stretch that you can do is using the pole vertically. So what we do is place the pole so it's in between our feet, grab it around about level with your shoulders or slightly higher, and then what we're going to do is lean and stretch. As we stretch, push your hips back, so you're using the weight, so you're using the pole to actually counterbalance yourself, and you're going to stretch out in an arc, so you're just getting a slight rotation as you come through. So it's almost like throwing a punch. So you're going to come across, and then you're just going to stretch, and then from there you'll feel a stretch down your lats, down the side of your back, through your shoulder, and then bring it back. So you're just rotating. Do about 10 of these. Make sure you sink into your hips and just push that weight back onto your heels as you press. Make sure you go into both sides, and I'll show you from the side now with the opposite side. So what we do is we just sink into it, we rotate the bar slightly to the side as we press it out, and we're sinking back into the hips. It's good to also align your feet so they're facing forwards. So very much like a Tai Chi stance, so the outside of your feet are going straight ahead. Gives you the impression that your toes are ever so slightly pointing in. So we're just stretching, going through that full range of motion. So that's 5 great exercises that you can do with a piece of wood. Add them to your warm-up or your mobility routine. If you like what we do, remember to like the video and subscribe.